All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle and Elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to y'all around the world that's teaching the truth. My name is Maya Kaala, by God, with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. All right, we are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American and speckled birds that scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. Black is a color, not a nationality. We are not affiliated with any black identity stream group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We are not affiliated with any other Islamic groups. Okay, and I'll just land backing on the brother Kazak video, Aztecs are Israelites. Because you got a lot of Israelites that come to the truth, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, but recently now it's been for like the last 4 months it's been attack, so-called attack. Really ain't no attack, man, because we could basically debunk all these scoffers, man. But I'll say the attempt to attack the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, and the rest of the tribes from the Northern Kingdom, man. Take note that I myself from the tribe of Gad. All right, so I'm a Gadite, man. All right, from the Northern Kingdom. So all right, so I'm about to prove that with historical documents and with the scriptures that the so-called Mexicans, the indigenous people of Mexico, went into captivity, man, during the same time as the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Judah's so-called Negroes, Benjamin's so-called West Indians, and Levi, some people say Levi, but Levi, so-called Haitians. All right, so let's get it started, man. All right, so I'm gonna read these scriptures right here, man. All right, get this. All right, it says Deuteronomy 45:46. It says, moreover, all the curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh, thy power to keep his commandments and statutes he command thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. All right, so these curses, man, are going to be a sign of wonder who are the children of Israel, man. All right, and regardless of looks, man. All right, and I'm gonna get into that too, man. Cause yeah, it's true that the indigenous people in Mexico was dark skinned, man. And some of them are still dark skinned, but some changed, man. And I'm gonna explain the reason why I have. But guess what? You are the seed of your father. All right. So I'm gonna do that in another video, man. Break down that history, man. But I'm dealing with the captivity of the so-called Mexicans, man. All right, the Mexica. All right, the Mexica people, man. I prove they are the Israelites that the Bible speak of. Right, so the curse will be a sign of wonder upon who are the Israelites, man. All right, so go right here, page. This is the book right here. African Americans and Native Africans and Native American by Jack D. Ford. It's a good book, and you brothers need to get this, man. All right, it talks about the enslavement of the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, man. All right, brothers, you gotta get into the history, man, because somebody come up with a scoff or anything, or some false doctrine, and you not prepared, man. And you also, even in most important, you gotta get in the scriptures, man. You're not prepared, and you get bugged the hell out, man, over that lie, due to you slacking and studying, man. All right, so right here, page 32. All right, it says right here, it says it is not necessary here to review all the data relative to the enslavement of Americans in Panama, Venezuela, Panama, Zebulon, Venezuela, Asher, Nicaragua, that's Zebulon, Mexico, that's Issachar, and Peru, and other countries, but there's sufficient evidence to indicate that at least through the 1550s, large number of slaves were procured and shipped to various locations. The key word, shipped to various locations. All right. So you're right here. You go to what page? You go right here, verse Deuteronomy 28. All right, verse 68. You see right here, it's all marked up and everything, man. All right, you gotta excuse it. All right, no markings. All right, it's from in the past. All right, it said Deuteronomy 26. It says, "When Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again in ships by the way I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again." Well, it's a whole nation. All 12 tribes of Israel should not see that land again, man. All right, it ain't talking about because you got a lot of scoffers. They like to say during the Roman under burned Jerusalem in 70 AD, the Southern Kingdom they fulfilled their that prophecy during that time. Those just 3 tribes, man. We talking about all 12, man. All right, we all went down together, man. All right, so it's not talking about during that time, man. All right, Deuteronomy 26:8. All right, it's talking about starting the time in the late, basically like in the 15th century, man. That's what it's talking about. All right, it says, "By the way I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there you should be sold." Most High gave us up to our enemies. All right, sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and those on the slave auction blocks, and no man should buy me. Nobody should save us, man. All right. So this what happened to the indigenous people, Mexico, man, the Mexica, man. All right, I'm going to this account right here. This book, Mysteries of the Mexican Pyramids. All right, by Peter Tompkins. All right, so we'll go right here. All right. Let's see. All right. All right, so it says right here, page 14, it says Mexican slaves by the thousands, many of them highly skilled as sculptors, carpenters, masons, gardeners, hauled stone, timber from the breeze of Teoconan, iron chisels, and iron hammers enabled them to cut the prosperous red stone of valley into the palatial European houses. Over the doors, which the new hidalgos could place their carved excavations where the Indians, plaids, and pyramids had stood. Churches and monasteries sprang up completely with battlements, buttresses, and heavy grilled windows against the Indians who had built them. All right. So, there you go, man. It says, surviving on drinking water, food, or tortillas, Indians at their own expense supplied all the work and all the material and brought up from childhood to a Spartan life, trained to endure pain. They worked long hours without showing fatigue. Okay. All right. Constantly subjected to unbelievable savagery by the Spaniards. All right. That's why they called them the burro, man, compared to Genesis 49, man. The burro. All right. Because they long, hard working, man. All right. It said what? It means what? He is hired. It said individuals were torn from their families to work as slaves in gold and silver mines, branded on their faces each time they changed masters. The prettier women was raped and infected with the pox, smallpox, leprosy, and all manners of plagues. It said about 1545 until call alone, 250,000 Indians had died of plague, although together 3 million were to die of disease spread to Tobisco. All right, but I'm gonna go right here. It says what? It says the Flemish artist Theodore Brie depicted Indians hanging themselves or taking poison acts of mass suicides from shock and overthrow their culture. So great was their terror Mexico about 1530 that the Indians desisted from relations with their wives to avoid having children doomed to slavery. All right, so this part of the curses, man. Their families were ripped apart. They start procreating, basically start having sex with having children. All right, so this part of they was slave, man. They went into slavery. All right, it went into captivity, man. There's no thing about it, man. These people out there, there's like that speak of. All right. It says Deuteronomy 28:32. It said, "Thy sons, thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long. There should be no might in their hand, man." There was no power in their hand, man. Nothing they could do about it. Then you go right here. It says, well, Deuteronomy 28:30 said, "Thou shalt be wroth a wife, another man shall lie with her." That's what happened. Hey, women was raped. Some of the women raped. It said, "Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell there." That's what happened. They started building new palaces and houses, man, for the Edomites from Spain. "Thou shalt plant a vineyard and shall not gather grapes thereof." Right, working in fields, man. All right. So that's what happened. It says right here. It says what Deuteronomy, and go right here in Deuteronomy 28:68. It says, "You be sold to your enemies for what? A bondman and bondmaid." Slave. That's what happened to them. They went into slavery, man. All right. If they go where they sit on the ships, man. All right. If I get into that, okay. All right, so you people, man, you don't know. You like to talk, like the skull talking about the so-called Mexicans aren't Israelites, man. You had no, you're ignorant of history, man. All right, and you could shake your head and know this and that, man. That's what happened to them. All right. Right here. They sit on the ships. It says right here, it says page 34 in the book Africans and Native Americans by Jack D. Forrest, "As we shall see some Americans," all right? So when they say Americans, some of the indigenous people of Americas, man. It said, "As shall we see some Americans still being shipped to Europe by Spaniards in this period, even though labor shortage." So it make a distinction, all right? Right here it said by Spaniards. All right. So the people that were being shipped from Mexico, they wasn't Spaniards, man. All right. Those were the indigenous people of Mexico, Issachar, man. Issachar and Zebulon, the Mayas. All right. It says in this period, even though labor shortage more than royal decrees operated to favor being retained in Americas, it was primarily Cuba, Haiti, and Boiqua, that's Puerto Rico, which absorbed Mayas from Yucatan. All right, so it has Zebulon, and Huastecas from Mexico. All right, there you go. Mosquitoes from Nicaragua, Zebulon, and various other nations during this area rather than Spain itself. All right. All right, so there you go, man. All right, the proof is in the in the pudding, man. So nothing some more. All right, let me see. All right, so here it says page. We get this 169. All right. see one. Okay, that's in the other book. This is the other Jack D. Ford's book, The American Discovery of Europe. All right. It says gradually the shipment of Caribbean America to Spain probably. So let's talk about Ephraim Simeon and the island Haiti and Dominican Hispaniola declined due to great labor needs developed in Haiti and Cuba as the indigenous population was decimated by disease, exploitation, slaughter. But we do know Americans continue to be taken to Spain from the Caribbean region and Mexico all during the 16th century. Especially in the first half of the century, slave wrecking Valencia, Valencia, and the Canary Islands, that's over there in Africa, man, attached to many new arrivals from Caribbean and Mexico in the years through the 1600s. So you got Issachar over there over there by Africa, man. In Africa, man. Well, you got Issachar rights in Haiti. Some of you so-called Haitian, you're Issachar, man. All right. And some of you scoffers might be Issachar. Like I'm telling you, especially one scoffer, man. She come on there. She says she's what is she? I think she might. I don't know. Yeah, she could be. You know, you never know, man. All right. So right here, page 171. All right, I'm gonna go down here. It says large number of captives in Spain to Portugal was Muslims, Spanish, Wolof, Berber, and Arab origin. All right, so these were the Moors, man. A lot of people were Arab. All right, it says Spanish officialdom seems to have been highly suspicious for all non-whites in Spain who had become Ladino, Spanish speaker, literally Latino. All right. So they've been Latin, now they speak Spanish, attempt to prevent their passage to the Americas out of fear of spreading dangerous ideas to the Native Americans, such as Islamic or Judaic ideas, all right? Because the Edomites from Spain, they knew that the Moors and the Moreno Jews were the same people as indigenous people in the Americas, man. This was the majority of them over there in Spain, Portugal, they was from the Southern Kingdom, man. You have a few Northern Kingdom on it, but the majority of the Northern Kingdom was over here in America. It says the fear that person of color might have been contaminated in Spain, contact with Muslim, Jews, or people of color who have been imbibed subversive ideas. In any case, it would be interesting to know that how many Americans from such diverse areas, mostly Brazil, mostly Guarana, Carjo, probably Boricua. All right, so that's from Haiti, Cuba, that's Manessa. All right, Haiti, that's Ephraim again. The Bahamas, that's Ephraim. Florida, all right, that's Simeon. I'm sorry, not Simeon. Salak, that's Reuben. All right, Reuben and Gad. All right, and Mexico, that's Issachar right there. And Venezuela, and Colombia, all right, so that's Asher. Coast interacted with each other with Muslim Arabs of very diverse backgrounds. All right, so they right here said Mexico, man. So you had Issachar over there, man, different people in Mexico. All right, over there in that area, man. All right. So you know, there's no getting around it, man. That so-called Mexicans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. All right. When I talk about so-called Mexico, I'm talking about the indigenous people of Mexico, man. If your father bloodline go back to the indigenous man of Mexico, you are an Israelite, man. Point blank, man. So-called Indian. All right. Right here, page 185 from the book Africans and Native Americans. All right. It says right here, it said many slaves were also shipped from Mexico, especially via the port of Panuco, as in 1529 and 1530, when figures 10,000 to 50,000 are indicated. Such Shipments continued through the 1540s involving thousands, and in 1536, the king acknowledged reports of slaves being shipped also from Nicaragua, Peru, all right, Nicaragua, Zebulon, Peru, Asher, and let me see what it said. In other places, forbade the practice, American was also being seen regularly in Nevada, Leon, and Florida. The latter from 1513. The Bahamas were virtually emptied of native people from the 1490s to the 1629. It is reported that 40,000 Lacos, or that's even alone, were sent to Haiti and elsewhere. The Bobo and his successful also was sold as slaves from Panama, man. All right, so there you go, man. All right, but it said right here, it said the key thing. It said many slaves were also shipped from Mexico, especially via the port of Panico. As in, it said right here, as in 1529 to 30, like 1529 and 1530, man. All right, so there's you can't get around it, man. All right, you cannot get around it. These people are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. All right. All right. I'm gonna go right here and read this. We're gonna go somewhere else. It says, it said them left off from page 14 previously. It said Diaz disease spread to Tabasco, Yucatan. Spanish apologists reported that President say 600,000 Indians last have been sacrificed also the first 30 years on conquest. All right, so they go, they lying, man. Right, our people, they did sacrifice, but they didn't do exact numbers like Esau, like the perpetrating the media. It said they said the Indians that God truly did them a great service and trust them to the Spanish can convert them and treat them so well. This is bullshit. They ain't treat our people well. As the land was stolen from the natives, great famines ensued, yet heavy taxes was laid on it, just like they laid heavy taxes on the southern kingdom over there in Jerusalem. And those who failed to pay were tortured to death. Indians refused to join the Catholic Church were horsewhipped, had their heads shaved, and forbidden to hold office of title in their villages for failing to attend mass or for practicing any his old rights. An Indian could receive 100 lashes. All right, so there you go, man. That's how they was brainwashed into that Christianity, man. All right, so there you go, man. All right, there's no getting around of it. All right, these people out there, it's like the Bible speaks. So there you go, right there, the Moors and I believe in New Spain, getting their heads chopped off, man. Doing it all the same time, man. All right. And throughout this, you read this, you'll find that Issachar and Judah, they was rebelling against Esau in Mexico, man. All right. So you see their heads, man. Esau got a lot of pay for it. All right. So Jeremiah 50 and 33, man. The southern kingdom and northern kingdom being persecuted and being enslaved together, man. All right, getting murdered, by Esau, enslaved and murdered by Esau. All right. So let me see, 147. All right, it says if peons refuse to give up the land, the rulers, federal soldiers moving in, raping and murdering, starving Yaquas who showed title maps to their land signed by the King of Spain were rounded up, sold into slavery in Yucatan. Cisco planted at 70 pesos a head, extra profit for cientificos. Many of the Yaqua women, like the Greek soldiers in Byzantine, prefer to throw themselves with the babes into the sea. Sound familiar? The same thing Judah did. Surviving Indians were left without woods, water, or any way of making a living off the land. In the United States, General U.S. Grant announced to investors that 7 million Aztecs are waiting to build railroads. Rockefellers, Algers, Golds, Hammers, Guggenheims, and McCormick seized the opportunity. Right here. seized the opportunity to buy cheap land and hire dirt cheap labor to operate rail and mine concessions. The Creole scientific acting as middlemen and legal advisors amassed quick fortunes. And these all right, it says right here, it says, acting as middleman and legal advisor amassed quick fortunes through large legal fees, stock manipulation, kickbacks, payoffs, and such subtle triggers, selling arms and ammunition to the Indian rebels that the government was officially exterminating, man. All right, but there you go right there, man. It's a car being sold in slavery, man. So, there's no getting around it, man. All right, that the indigenous people of Mexico are the Israelites, man. All right, the Stackers and the other groups, man. All right, the Maya are Israelites, man. All right, wait a minute, let me read this. All right, let me get this right. I forgot this book, Slavery in America. A lot of smart people would, because they some Jays they know that America is spiritually Egypt. Egypt is double folded. It's talking about. And Deuteronomy 26:8, it's talking about America. The same thing as talking about captivity. Deuteronomy chapter, when it's talking about captivity, Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 6. Same time as talking about America, man. All right, so let me get this right here. We got some scoffers. They like to scoff and everything. But they ain't come to America. All right. Talking about some, let me see, 20. I'll try to get that. Get that. Just bear with me, y'all. All right, here you go, right here, page 230. All right, slavery in America. All right, it says right here, it says New York abolishes Indian slavery, declaring all free except such had been formerly brought. All right, so that's in 1679. It says right here, I'm gonna start over. It says New York abolishes Indian slavery, declaring all free except such had been formerly brought from the Bay of Campeche, Mexico, and other foreign parts. All right. So it's talking about Zebulon. All right, down there, Campeche, Mexico, Zebulon, they was down there. The Maya. All right. Okay. So that's what they's talking about, man. All right. So I got a little bit more. It's talking the Maya from Zebulon from Belize. All right. Go on to this. I'll show you. Yep, here you go, right here. It says page 24 in the book, British Honduras to Belize. All right. It says in the area that is now Belize, the Maya, and the word Maya is the Hebrew word for water. All right, waters. All right, Mayam. All right, that's the name, Maya. All right, so these people are the Israelites, man. They got the more. It says the Maya suffered and died on the Spanish occupation. They were massacred and fled the dense forests of central and western Belize for security. It says the British buccaneers and pirates also attacked the Maya along the coast of Belize. They raided and destroyed most of the Maya settlements along the coast. They also stole food, enslaved the Maya, kidnapped Maya women and children. Some Mayans were even sold as slaves to the British plantation owners and settlers in Jamaica. And right here it says some Mayans were even sold as slaves to the British plantation owners and settlers in Jamaica. Some were also sold to slave masters in the southern states of the United States, especially North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. The region was a land of suffer for non-whites, but also prosperity of settlers from Europe, man. All right. So there you go, man. All right. So the indigenous people, Mexico. All right. The Mexica is Issachar. The Maya, Zebulon, are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Shalom.